What's good, world? It's your boy Phil. My dogs are having a good time. Ain't that right, Kimbo? Ain't that right, Kiki? Yeah. Say hey to the people. Oh yeah. Obviously, I'm a dog lover. Um, so I'm not one of these individuals that you know, run around doing rituals and stuff on dogs and cats and stuff. So, so just letting y'all know. But nah, I'm not. I'm not none of that. But I wanted to make this video, one last video. I know I said I was, saying peace and all that, but I'm coming back again. It's a little bit, later. I want to talk about this movie that I saw the other night, and I forgot to mention it because usually I would be on my computer and I would mention it, but this movie called The Substance. Oh my gosh, this movie was incredible, incredible film. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. Don't watch it around your kids. You cannot watch this movie around your kids. This is not a movie you can even let them watch as a teen. I mean, it has great messaging if they're like maybe 17, maybe. You know what I'm saying? When they're old enough to handle certain things. But this movie was incredible. Let me just tell you, Demi Moore, fantastic actress. I did like Dennis Quaid. I also like the girl that played Sue. Okay, so basically, let me just tell you what this movie meant. So basically, like, you got a middle-aged woman that's going through, she's in the industry, and I kind of relate because I'm like, damn, I can kind of understand. She's in the industry, and she's was popular. She was the hot biggest thing, and then all of a sudden, she's going through like a midlife crisis because she overheard, Dennis Quaid basically, about to let her go, just because he wants something younger and more fresh and everything else. And then what this movie does, it focuses on what women, and especially in midlife crisis, think about. They think about how their body looks. They think about when you get older, things start to, that used to be tight and now it's kind of loose. You know what I'm saying? And this nurse dude, when she gets to an accident, this nurse dude comes and it's like, yo, check this out. It's called The Substance. And so she was like, I ain't taking that shit. She basically like, I ain't doing that. And then she just started going through like, and this movie literally shows you what it's like to like go through a psychotic break when you're so focused and you're living, your only source of income is like being the hot shit in the, in the industry. And so basically when she's going through this, she decided to take the substance. And the gore in this film is top tier, and not special effects, it's practical effects. So if you don't know a practical effect, the difference between the two, special effects has a lot to do with like, something you can control digitally. Practical effects are basically something you make out of, something of the physical form. So basically, if I wanted to make something gory, I would buy like some hamburger helper or hamburger meat and put ketchup all over it, and that's like blood and guts. Just to kind of tell that. And it's just an onslaught battle between her and her new self. And this movie just shows, everything that not just white women go through, but even black women go through. Just women in general going through midlife crisis, situations, and how they're willing to alter their bodies to be the next hot shit. And if you don't respect the rules, you could see yourself damaged permanently. And so these things do happen, and to see it progress in this film, it was very entertaining. Kept my eyes, because it definitely keeping the fellas' eyes open, because when you see Sue and you see how she looking, you're like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? But This movie was great. I won't call it the scariest horror film of 2024, but it's definitely, you know, my number two horror film of 2024. My number one so far, still to this day. I mean, I'm kind of in between that movie and Long Legs. If you've never seen Long Legs, please watch it. It is a scary ass horror film. It is a scary film. You want to be scared, like psychologically in your mind scared. Nicolas Cage in that film was incredible. You know, I know some people don't like the whole singing and but yeah, this movie was great. You got to check it out. It's really, really nice. I would say that is the scariest film because I mean it could really happen, right? That type of stuff could really happen. And people. This is one of the reasons why I kind of been, like I said, I'm an atheist. You know what I mean? I don't deal with anything because you just never know. Which brings me to my point of my movie that I was trying to make during the pandemic. Well, actually, I was making the movie and then the pandemic hit and it messed up my whole movie. I lost all my money. So when we Moaz, I plan on directing and making my film called Pray For Me. So I'm gonna let you guys know what that is again if you haven't seen what my concept is. Basically, there's a young and this happens all the time in the black community, so I just want y'all to pay attention. I'm using black actresses. I got a white pastor, preacher. It's all mixes of race in this film. So there's no need to say this is a woke film. This or the new woke. This is OG woke film. But Long Legs is kind of similar to my script. And I believe A24 has seen my script and tried to remix different types. But when I make my script, it's gonna scare the shit out of everybody, because in this film, there's a girl that's going through a tough time, and she seeks religion as a way of kind of helping her calm her down. And she's newly in religion. She never got into religion before, but then she started to get into it, try to learn it. And sometimes when you don't know the Bible, you're gonna just lay hands on anybody and pray for them, and you don't know all the elements of that. So basically, she's meeting this older woman, and this older woman kind of made her feel good, catered to her, and then the older woman basically is like, hey, let me pray for you. And then all of a sudden, the young girl gets haunted by all these spirits and energies and demons and all sorts of shit that's happening, not realizing, like, 1 Timothy chapter 5:22 is basically saying, hey, don't be hasty to lay hands on random people, because keep in mind, if you're praying for random people and you're actually praying and talking to God and laying your hands on them, you could be sharing both of those energies to God, and God could answer either one of those prayers. So basically, this old woman basically is praying on this woman's soul. So that's why I said my film is called Prey, not Pray. Pray for me. Pray. Like, she's praying on this woman and using religion to do it. And that's why I did like the movie Long Legs, because I felt like Long Legs was about Nicolas Cage using religion as a way to, put these dolls in houses that have some sort of substance in the dolls, or it could have been a demon or devil, whatever. He's using that to kill people with it and become a serial killer. And so I thought that was, really cool. Other than that, man, I just wanted to leave my review of The Substance and just talk about how crazy this movie is. It's super gory. It is super excellent. If you're a horror fan and you like gore, this movie has plenty of it, and it is disgusting so good. It's even beating Terrifier, just telling you now. So this movie is definitely A1. I think it should win an Oscar. If it becomes everybody's number one horror film, The Substance, then that's what it would be. But in my case, in my book, I believe the scariest horror film of this year will still be Long Legs. But right now, I mean, The Substance is buzzing real good. Check it out. It's really, really crazy. And You know, if you think if you want to bash black women about getting BBLs, wait till you see what white women do to get an entirely new body. And that's just showing you what women in general would do is just go through a process of altering themselves and, you know, going through the process of doing that. And, you know, most men ain't gonna go, you know, some men ain't gonna do it, but, you know, it is what it is. But other than that, y'all have a good night. And that's my horror movie review of The Substance. Peace.